This is amazing. These are amazing readings from you and Aralamb. I love when Aralamb comes on. And this next one is from Anchorhaven. And Anchorhaven's also a podcaster too. So you had 3 podcasters in a row. Michelle.
Isn't that so funny?
Anchorhaven, she does mystical wellness. She does oracle readings, and she does like she's like a healer. You know what I mean? She does like witchcraft, but like white witchcraft. You know what I mean? The good stuff, and she's very mystical.
And what is her name?
Julia Anchorhaven.
Julia. Okay, Julia. Hello, Julia. Aralamb speaking. Julia, I am so glad that you are coming on here, and here's why. You are a soul who spent, and you know this about yourself, I believe, you have spent 1,400 lifetimes, most of them as an Arcturian. Now, the Arcturians have an incredibly high level of technological information, medical information, spacefaring information, societal information, spiritual information. Arcturians are incredibly well versed in being able to sense and see future timelines, look back into past timelines, sort of move laterally across the timelines. You have all of these abilities. The issue for you is that sometimes you have so many of these abilities, still Aralamb speaking, that you don't know what to call yourself, if you will. You don't know sort of what case would you be called? What is your spiritual specialty? So let me say this to you. You do have a spiritual healing specialty kind of modality, but yours is very, very, very linked to prophecy. And when I say prophecy, Aralamb still speaking, I'm not talking necessarily about the biblical kind of prophecy, although that can be part of your gift. But it's the prophetic eye, it's the prophetic clairvoyance, it's the prophetic clairaudience that lets you sit with people or look at situations or look at governments or look at medical issues or look at plant medicine. You can look at all of those things, and with that prophetic kind of vision, see into the most likely futures of them, or see into the most likely future of a person and their healing and what they need. And as you understand, future timelines move a bit, but you have the ability with that prophetic piece to really see the most likely future outcome in any situation. You also have this intense ability to remember those Arcturian lifetimes. So much of what you remember, and you have had a few Pleiadian lifetimes, but you're very heavily Arcturian. So you have an incredibly high IQ. You have an incredibly high discernment. You understand often. You can see a situation in the world or a situation with people, and it's as though you're seeing all of the past of the situation, all of the most likely future of the situation, everything that's happening. You have this ability spiritually to see all of the chess moves, if you will. And it makes you incredibly powerful in that way. Let me say this final thing to you. You are exactly where you need to be. You are going to continue to sort of become more powerful in your genre. But the other thing is this, you have got to, and I want to be respectful, you have got to, and I say this, got to, you have free will, but I would say, still Aralamb speaking, you have got to be very cognizant of your energy level, of the food that you eat, of any toxins. And I know that you look at this, your boundaries, your rest, you need to be very, very careful with your own spiritual etheric body. There's nothing wrong with you. I'm not seeing illness, but I'm saying you are a soul who sort of feels powerful in that way, that you're just going to do it all and sort of do it all continuously. But you've got to take those times when you take the 5 or 6 or 7 days off completely. You disconnect, right? You disconnect. You sit in your garden. You read your book. You with your animals. You do whatever you're going to do that has nothing to do with your connection to that prophetic spiritual healing modality that you're so incredibly powerful in. So it's wonderful that you're here. Still Aralamb speaking. You are a soul that is here with a lot of knowledge, a lot of memory to share. So that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Me speaking. That's awesome. I was thrilled to hear that as he was talking and that was coming out of my mouth. I was like, wow, this is awesome. This is awesome. She's kind of amazing, this one.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. She's got a lot of.
And I wonder I love that prophetic piece of it, because sometimes you'll have a gift and then there'll be this other like big part of your specialty that comes in a really specific kind of way, you know?
Yeah.